guys, it's Kim, and I'm going to do my top 10 favorite crystal hacks of all times. These are in no particular order except number 10. Number 10 is definitely my favorite. So, number 1, don't research so much. You know, when you get a crystal and you look up what all the properties are, I mean, I understand that. I know you want to know what the properties are and what's this crystal going to do for you. Work with the crystal. Get to know it first. I do feel it's important to research the physical properties, chemical composition. You want to know how hard it is. You want to know what's in the crystal. You want to make sure it's not toxic. You want to make sure that it's safe to use, etc., etc. So go ahead and research the physical aspects, the physical characteristics of your crystal. But in terms of crystal healing, work with it yourself, get to know it yourself, and then after a while, if you want to research and see what other people say, go ahead and do that. And if you really want to get to know your crystal, I have a video on that. I'll put the link below. But I do love to meditate with it on my heart. I find that that's the greatest way to connect with your crystal and get to know it and get to find out, you know, where you're going to go with that crystal. What's that crystal going to do with you and how you're going to work together. All right, because not the experts, they know a lot, but they don't know how that crystal is going to work for you. Only you know how that crystal is going to work for you. All right, so don't do so much research about the metaphysical properties. Go ahead and give it a try and get to know the crystal first by yourself. Number 1. Okay, number 2, hang your crystals in little bags. I know, this is such a simple thing to do, but it's so awesome. Little bags, command hooks, or you can even get little hooks at the dollar store for cheaper and hang them all over the place. You can be very discreet with them. You can put them underneath your chair. You could put them behind the little dressers. Yeah, you could put them in so many places and just hang them on little command hooks behind the door, especially if you're working with feng shui and you're supposed to put crystals in a certain part, like if you're looking to manifest, you know, for abundance and prosperity, you put crystals in the back left corner of your space, something along those lines, right? Maybe you can't really put something there, you know, so you can hang a little command hook and put your crystals in a bag and just put it right there. I know, it's so cool. What a great idea. I have them all over my house, little bags of crystals, and nobody knows. It's so easy to do, especially if you don't have a place to put them. If you don't have, you know, a tabletop of some kind. Hang them, baby, hang them. One of my all-time favorite crystal hacks. Number 3, and you guys have seen me do this, put crystals in vases and bowls. Okay, they make for such beautiful decoration. You can put them around your candles. Just put them out and about. They look so beautiful in little bowls and like ceramic bowls, glass bowls, vases, all that. I have fluorite in a vase on my kitchen table where my kids do their homework to help them focus and get their homework done quicker. And let me tell you, it works. That's right. Crystals in vases and bowls. Number 4, you guys ask me all the time, how do I cleanse my crystals? Well, I use sound. I find my crystal singing bowl to be the easiest and the best way. And, you know, I just play my bowl and my crystals are just happy as can be. I do have a video that shows what happens when a Tibetan singing bowl is played and what happens to the quartz when that Tibetan singing bowl is played. So check that video out because it is proof that something is going on when you use sound, especially a singing bowl. And I'm sure there's other kinds of sounds as well. And we have to do more studies. But this is proof that something's going on. So check out that video. So my all-time favorite way of cleansing crystals is using my crystal singing bowl. I could do my entire Zen den all at once by playing my singing bowl. I do like to also sage, and I will use my diffuser and diffuse Palo Santo oil or sage oil. I love to do that as well. But the sound, baby, that's the kicker. Number 5, come on. Admit it, you are a crystal slut. Well, so am I. I'm a crystal slut. I sleep with crystals all the time. I have different ones. I sleep with one in one hand. I wake up with another one in my hand. I mean, I am a total crystal slut. Come on, you are too. Confess. Let me know in the comments below. Are you a crystal slut? So here's a tip for sleeping with your crystals so that they don't fly all around and, you know, hit somebody that might be sleeping next to you. None of my business. But we don't want our crystals flying about hurting anybody. You know, we want to practice safe crystal usage. So one of the things that I love to do when I'm sleeping with crystals, I do sleep with a crystal in my hand. I confess, I do that. But I also will put them inside my pillowcase, especially really small ones that I can't hold. If it's a big one, I might hold it. If it's a small one, I gotta stick it in my pillowcase so I don't lose it. All right. So what I'd like to do is put my crystal inside my pillowcase and then put another pillowcase over it backwards. Ain't no crystals going flying out anywhere. Works really well. You just have to remember that they're there. And so when it's laundry day, you want to make sure that you are not putting your crystals in the washing machine and spinning round and round and round. They don't like that. So I love doing that. I find it works really well. And my crystals stay put. They don't go flying all around. 6, amping up quartz. Now, quartz is piezoelectric. It's pyroelectric. And I have a video about this, real short video. Watch that, okay, just to get a little bit more idea of what I'm talking about here. But I do like to take my quartz and rub it. I know, it sounds so dirty. Look, I'm really a crystal slut. I like to rub my quartz. All right, actually like this. And I like to use the friction on the quartz. And I feel 2 things are happening here. Actually, 3 things I feel are happening here. 1, I feel like I am opening up my nadis. I'm activating my nadis. I'm getting them all warmed and ready, right? Which helps with energy work. So you're doing that. And I also feel like you're doing the same to the crystal. You're, I don't know if I'm going to say you're activating it or opening up its nadis. I don't know if that's actually true. I just feel like you are amping it up somehow because of its piezoelectric and pyroelectric properties. I feel like we're really doing something here. Okay, now let me say, from a scientific aspect, no, you're not putting enough pressure or enough heat on it to actually, you know, do anything to alter the crystal. But from a metaphysical viewpoint, I feel like you're doing something to it. And I like to do this when I activate my grids or anytime I'm using a point. I will just kind of do this. And 3, I feel like I'm making a connection with it because I'm like, all right, guys, come on. We're ready to work. Let's get rolling. It's kind of like doing a little calisthenic, a little warm up before the big event. That's kind of how I feel. I feel like I'm just kind of like, you know, getting it going, getting the mojo going, getting the juice going. So it's amping up the quartz. All right, so give it a try. Let me know if it works for you. I do love to work with quartz points, and I recommend working with natural points. Of course, you can do cut and polished points. They're beautiful, and I'm not saying you don't work with them. But the thing about working with a natural point is that you know which direction for sure the energy is going. When you work with a point that is cut and polished, you're not quite sure, because they could just be cut and polished and the energy could actually be going in a totally different direction. Now there's a lot of experts, a lot of crystal healers and teachers and metaphysical teachers and stuff that say that you can change the direction of the energy. And so if you want the energy to flow out the point of a piece that is cut and polished, that you could do that with your intention. And we are magnificent creator beings. So yes, I resonate with that, and I do think we can do that. I like to keep things simple because I'm kind of lazy, and I like to kind of go with the flow of nature and take advantage of the natural rhythm and the natural flow of nature. And so instead of trying to swim upstream and trying to force the energy to go a different way, I do like to work with the natural points because I know the energy is coming out this way. That's just what I like to do. And a little tip, just something to remember when you're working with your points, is if you want the energy to go away from your body, have the point facing away from you. If you want the energy to come towards your body, have the point facing towards you. Simple tip. Number 8. Getting the energy of the sun and the moon can be challenging for some people, especially if they live in an apartment building or they live in an area where they can't necessarily put their crystals outside because it could be stolen or whatever. Maybe you just don't have an outdoor area where you can put your crystals. But I know you have a window, don't you? So you could put your crystals on the windowsill. Now, there's other people that say the energy doesn't go through the glass. I don't know if that's true or not because, I mean, scientifically, I've never done anything to prove that or disprove that. So I don't know. But it does resonate with me that I want to have that direct air, that I would much rather have the crystals be more outdoor for some reason. That just kind of, because I'm a nature girl and I kind of want that instead of just going through the glass. So what I love to do is open up my window, put my crystal inside, and then there's a screen on the other side. So I feel like I'm getting that nature, that fresh air coming in, or that energy coming in and getting to my crystal directly that way, especially when I don't want to put it outside for whatever reason. I feel like I'm still able to get it outside without getting it outside. But there are some things to consider when you have quartz or other kinds of crystals with glass. You have a potential fire hazard. I've never had that happen. I've never heard of anybody telling me that has happened, but I just throw that out there to be careful whenever you're putting quartz on your windowsills by glass. Just be careful, okay? You know, you want to make sure you're around and that you're supervising the situation, okay? So go ahead and put your crystals on your windowsill, but in between the glass and the screen. So awesome. Great idea. Give it a try. You can even do it on a rainy night. I love putting my quartz on my windowsill on a rainy night. I feel like they're getting that, or during a thunderstorm. I know it sounds really weird, but there's all these like negative ions that are formed during thunderstorms that I just feel like it works so well with, especially my quartz. When you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're putting a crystal out that's, you know, if it gets wet, that it's okay. All right, and you also don't want to do it with extreme temperature changes, like if it's really, really freezing, you know, you want to make sure your crystals aren't going to crack. So, you know, keep that in mind too when you're putting your crystals outside, whether it's on the windowsill or wherever, just keep that in mind. And number 9, take crystal breaks. I think it's really important to step away from the crystal energy every now and again and take some breaks, because we can become very ungrounded when we're constantly engulfed in crystal energy. That's just my feeling on it. I have a video about that. You can check it out. I'll put the link below. And then number 10, and this is my all-time favorite crystal hack. Follow your own intuition. And you're like, okay, Kim, that's not really a hack. I know it's not a hack, but it's the truth. Follow your own intuition. Everything I just told you, 1 through 9, forget it. Doesn't matter. What matters is what resonates with you. Follow your own intuition when working with crystals. The only rule I have when working with crystals is that you practice safe crystal use. That you know your crystal, like I talked about earlier. That you know your crystal, that you know that it's safe to use, that it's not going to hurt you, that it's not toxic, you know, that you're not working with small crystals when you have children and pets. Be careful of those things. Safety in that aspect is really my only rule. The rest is up to you. You're a human crystal. You know what to do. You just have to trust yourself. And that is my top 10 list of crystal hacks. Let me know in the comments below how you work with crystals. What are some of your favorite crystal hacks? And stay tuned for more crystal hack videos. Thank you so much for joining. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, please share, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And you know, as always, have a blessed day. Bye.